open. Recognize we got that power.
Good morning, good morning. You are now tuned in to the Elife Power Lunch Show with Dr. Baruch and Chris Murray. Hello.
Hey, what's happening, Chris? How are you?
I am, wow, I feel like we haven't done this in a while.
It's been a minute. I'm having to relearn the board and, all kinds of this technical stuff, but I'm working it out. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And welcome us all back. Welcome you, the audience, back. If you want to dial into the studio today, it's 240-455-5934. Again, 240-455-5934. You might even catch it up. If you're so inclined, you'll see it written there in the back. One of those views will give you the full number. So what's up, Chris? What's going on?
Well, I know we like to start with the hot topic. Unfortunately, this hot topic isn't on the brighter side of things, but I think it's very important to talk about because when we don't talk about things, that's when we give it room to happen again. There was a young couple, Marquise Maury Brown and Mercedes Shade Smith, a teen couple who recently committed suicide just days apart. Mercedes was a communications major at a university in Columbia, Kentucky, and unfortunately she committed suicide in her dorm room. And just days later, her boyfriend, they say he felt like he was being blamed for her suicide, and they wouldn't allow him to attend the funeral, which is what kind of led him to commit suicide himself. Yeah, so it's just it's unfortunate, and it's something that, again, unfortunately happens often. And now that we're connected in so many mediums in terms of social media, we saw the young man just a week or so ago accidentally commit suicide. He was brandishing a gun on Instagram Live and accidentally killed himself. So this is something, like I said, that is happening, and it just needs to be talked about so that we can figure out how we can make a change so it doesn't continue to happen.
Well, I think we should expand the view so that everybody can see who we have in the studio. Let's introduce our big brother, Professor Griff from Public Enemy, from the Enemy Mind.
Serious Minds.
Serious Minds,
Close.
There's so many things that Professor Griff has been involved in. We would not do justice to the subject matter without bringing him in to also, share his wisdom on what's going on and what would make a young, what did you say, 18, 19, 20?
Yeah, the young lady was 18 and the young man just 20.
Wow. Griff, what's going on?
I think Elijah Muhammad said it, in my studies. Elijah Muhammad said we have a defense mechanism.
Yep.
We have a defense mechanism built inside of us that will cause us not to commit suicide. Right. What happened to us as a people that particular thing was is now broken down to the point where we even entertain the idea of taking our own life. Where do you even get the thought and the concept? How do you know how to pull that off?
Right.
Unless you've saw it before, read about it, it's been introduced to you via, on a subconscious level, via this particular society, or i.e. in religion. This whole idea of self-sacrifice in some of the Muslim sects, even some of the Christian sects, they sacrifice themselves. But these two young people had everything to live for.
Everything.
A bright future in school, obviously a support unit. But what happened to the support unit? They couldn't turn to your homeboy first.
Right.
Because I know my daughter's in college, and before she probably called me, she'd probably turn to one of her girlfriends in the dorm room. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But what happens in the support unit?
Right.
Those layers of people in your support unit that you can reach out to talk to. A brother committing suicide, committing suicide. You couldn't turn to your homeboy.
Right.
And then your uncle, your drunk Uncle Leroy, who taught you how to tune the car.
Right.
And then how about, your dad? And most of them cats like, well, I didn't grow up with my dad, whatever. Okay, your coach. And if not the coach, your mother's brother's brother.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We could have turned to somebody and said something. But now social media is is providing the platform now for you to be on stage.
Yeah.
However you want to be on stage.
Yeah.
Giving life, causing death, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's just my take on it. They had everything to live for. When the thing happened recently with the Facebook killer,
Yes, absolutely.
I think Soleil made me aware of it, and I read started reading his post, and he put his phone number up there. So obviously he was reaching out for help.
That's
he
right.
wanted somebody to call him.
That's right.
So I called him. He didn't answer the phone, but I called him to reach out to say something before someone else gets murdered, or even before he killed himself. But yeah, he brought himself to that particular unfortunate end, because I would like for him to have lived so we can at least probe his mind and say,
Right.
what happened?
Right, to figure it out. Exactly.
What point did you get to where you snapped? And I'm sure that wasn't because somebody broke up with you. You know how many times
Right.
a woman done dumped me
Right.
and broke up with me?
Right.
Broke up and didn't go to somebody else, just broke up with you, right?
Right.
You know, I'm using my own example. It ain't like she left you for the better dude. She just left you.
Right, just broke up, and that's more insulting.
Right.
At least next time you see her, she with a tall, light-skinned dude with freckles or something. I don't know. But anyway,
Right.
or even a handsome, dark-skinned dude. What's
Right,
the
right, right.
Snipes
Thank you.
type?
Thank
Right.
you for the dark-skinned brothers, Pete.
Exactly.
Right,
But for
right.
you to break up with me and then you go to the next curly-haired, Ethiopian-looking dude, it's like, come on, man. But anyway, all jokes aside, it's like the whole idea of you putting your number out there
Right.
is an indication that you want to talk to somebody.
Right. And I think a lot of people, the thing is, a lot of people aren't really paying attention. They like the glamour of it. Like you said, it's a stage. We all want to be a part of the hashtag. We want to share it. We want to get likes and we want to laugh, you know?
And these are the kids here. Just take a look.
Yeah.
They look.
Oh,
I mean, they look like they could be 11 and 12.
Yeah.
With nothing but, you know, their future ahead of them. They decide to turn out the lights. That's rough.
Right.
Right.
But we do have a phone call, Chris. Let's see. Let's bring on Brother Kiyoshi.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're gonna need to speak up a little bit into the phone.
Okay, hang on. Let me just get this closer to my mouth. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Sounds like you're underwater, but we're working it out.
And you got that love.
You know,
Yeah, you got the love toss on
I was born underwater, 365. You know. Anyway, a couple things to touch upon. No real question. Professor Griff points out a lot of very good things. Hang on, let me switch over to my phone because this is crazy.
Okay. While he's working that out,
right.
we're talking about the two youth in Kentucky, right?
Yes.
The youth in Kentucky, 18 and 20, who decided to take their lives one couple of days after the other, and for the reason that the first one, well, not necessarily for the reason that the first, but because he was being accused of, you know, her death. He's being accused as being the reason why she decided to take her life. So that's what we're talking about today here on the Elife Power Lunch Show. We've got Brother Professor Griff here in the studio. And, you know, it seems like for us, unlike with other people, I was just thinking about it, that if you ever want to know what it's like to live every single day of your life wondering, you know, what you're going to encounter that has been set up on purpose for you to engage that would take your life, you know, you got to talk to a black man or woman, you know, in America, maybe all over, but definitely in America, that I live every single day wondering, you know, which one of these landmines I'm going to have to try to really specifically avoid, whether it's the food, whether it's the media, whether it's the neighborhood, whether it's the highway, whether it's the police officers, whether it's the IRS, whether it's the FBI, whether it's, you know, there's so many different just explosions waiting to happen that we have to navigate through as people, that sometimes we get to a point, and I can't imagine 18 and 20 they've gotten to that point yet, but where you just feel like enough is enough. I can't figure out how to make it through every single day because it's getting worse. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. Brother Kiyoshi, you there?
Hey, yes, I'm back. All right, I was getting a really bad echo before, so please forgive me. All right, I wanted to touch on this because this is very close and personal to me. I have a couple relatives that committed suicide.
Brother Kiyoshi, if
Yeah.
we're gonna need you to call us from another line because it's really bad. I don't know whether you're on a cell phone or on a computer, but if you could call us back on another line, we want to hear your point, but we're not hearing it.
Okay.
So give us a call back. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Soleil was just mentioning on a Facebook Live that social media gives us this false feeling of connection with other people, especially other people that may feel like we feel.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And then not only that, at least with social media, it provides like I said, the platform now for your grand entrance or your grand exit.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as you comb through social media every single day, everything else in between, which I can understand to a degree how people would feel, not to the point where I want to check out of here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With me, suicide is not an option.
Right.
Even when it's glorified on the big screen with, what was the movie, Set It Off?
Yeah.
Where they were robbing banks and Queen Latifah got caught in her 64 Impala. I
Yeah.
like that car, by the way.
Yeah.
And she was hitting switches at the end of the movie. She's basically like, look, she's just going to take herself out of here.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I guess that's going out in a reign of glory.
Right.
But nothing in what I've studied, nothing that have came to me in a dream, nothing that the Creator sent to me in a prayer or in my meditation will move me towards the direction of me wanting to take my own life.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially as a teenager. Now, with movies, television, and all this kind of madness, I'm sure everybody that's listening to the sound of my voice have entertained that thought one time or another, or have said it to a loved one, or mentioned it and sang a love song with that phrase in it,
Right.
and that kind of madness. Do they say what the cause was though?
No. I believe they're still
just young people
investigating.
committing suicide.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Ain't enough taxes that the IRS could hit me with. Ain't enough child support. Ain't enough alimony. Ain't enough. I don't care how fine you are and you broke up with me or whatever. I'm not taking my own life. That's not an option. I'm sorry.
Right.
Now I might go slap the cat. You understand what I'm saying? Don't
Right.
feed the dog for a couple of days.
Right.
Grow a beard
Right.
or something, and just
Right.
kind of just go like I don't care. Not wash up for a few days.
Right.
Cry it out. Do whatever, but. Not happening. I'm preserving my life.
Never
I'm trying to stay
done.
here. But, Baruch, you brought up a very valuable point. Religion teaches the whole idea of this afterlife.
Yeah.
And we fantasize about what it's like on the other side.
Right.
And you've mentioned the fact that no one yet have came back to tell us what it's like on the other side.
Nobody that we knew in our lifetime. Now they write about people who have come back supposedly, but I'm wanting to see it happen in my lifetime so that I can then say, yo. Now, say that again.
Okay, so let me understand this, and please help me. And I'm not going to be long with this. Jesse, who done robbed people, raped a couple of people, stole, cheated on his wife, killed his cat, stole cars, and did all this madness all his life.
Right.
Committed suicide, died. And then afterlife is going to afford him another life back on this planet, in this realm. You out of your daggone mind.
No. If within the last 5 minutes and 38 seconds of his life, if he gave his life over to whatever it is, whatever the multiple choice options you have in order to choose your route that you want to take, if he gave his life over, then he's good.
Right.
He has been washed and cleansed. Come on, Griff.
You
gotta be a believer. You gotta believe me, brother.
Yeah, but I'm sure next door at Everlasting Life, you don't sell holy water.
No.
Okay, good, because I'm not buying that. I don't care what religion you are. I'm not buying that one.
Right. But that's
Not
what
at all.
that's what we're
That's what
going
we're
with.
taught.
And go ahead, Chris.
No, I was going to say, you're right. That's what we're taught. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no consequence. Basically, like you said, the last minute, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Now you're
And
dead.
I give my life over,
Right.
and people will weep and cry and know that on the other side he has now been delivered, and now Gabriel, who stands at the gates, is going to open up and let him in, and not care about the 99.9% of his life. It's that 1% at the end, 5 minutes and 38 seconds left. He said, "I give my life over. I'm sorry. I apologize, and I want to be now found in and amongst the saints of God." And he's got it.
Right.
That is some stuff.
Yeah,
I wish
that's-
my bill collectors worked like that. You know, look, you know, I know I ain't done you right, but I'm gonna give you 1%.
Right.
Yeah, right.
But you know something, in those young people's lives, if they found that one thing to live for.
Yeah.
Some people dive off into music and dive deep, and that's all they want to do.
Right.
Teenagers have called me and talked. Parents have called me about their sons and daughters. All they want to do is music. If you want to dive into sports, if you want to dive into whatever it is that you're into, maybe that's that thing that help people want to stay on the planet.
Right.
There are people spending millions of dollars on cosmetic surgery.
Sure.
There's people spending millions of dollars to get transplants and stuff fixed on the outside,
Right.
Yeah.
much less on the inside,
Right.
to stay on the planet.
Right.
Right.
You just
So
want to look good.
to invest in a gun, some pills, or a knife, or just jumping off a building, or stepping in front of a Mack truck to check out of here, not good. So if young people are listening to this, I wish I could give you a 1-800 number, but we don't have that infrastructure set up. You understand what I'm saying? I can give you my number, but I'm not a counselor. I can say a few words and then pass you off to Dr. So-and-so or Sister So-and-so, whatever, or try to reach your mom so we can talk. I'm not good with talking people off the bridge. You understand what I'm saying? Because what I do each and every single day is try to give people an idea of how to master themselves,
Right.
to find that thing inside of you that you want to live.
Right. Exactly.
Surround yourself with a support unit, all right? And become your purpose.
Exactly.
All right, that thing that's been deposited in you, reach for that. Move towards that. That's every reason
Right.
to live.
But I think that has to do with the world around us too. Because
Yeah.
if somebody does not give you a reason to live, I'm going to give you an example. I've had 2 or 3 people over the course of the last 2 to 3 weeks tell me, "Man, you look tired, brother. You look tired." And then I had this one woman yesterday come into the restaurant and say, "I really appreciate what you're doing for the community." And I read it. I was listening to these words in my mind, and I said,
Right.
"Wow, what a difference! We really appreciate what you're doing for the community did for my energy and spirit, as compared to, man,
Right.
you look
Exactly.
something ain't right." You don't want to be. Let me just go sit in the car for a half hour, and
Right.
figure this out.
But let's look at some of those things that we're constantly on a subconscious, subtle level.
Right. We got to speak life.
Ain't no rest for the weary.
Right.
Young people start hearing these old grandma and granddad and their old uncle rehearsing these things over and over and over. You understand what I'm saying? And always sounding tired, like they want to give up.
Right.
I'm saying this openly, and I'm going to say this to Soleil first. When I transition, don't have people playing these old slave songs at my funeral, man. Just don't. I mean, it's a celebration of life. I'm going home.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? And anyone in the audience decide to entertain that thought, especially my enemies, that I'm coming back, just duck. Because if
Right.
I'm coming back, I'm taking care of all that business. You
Right.
understand what I'm
Right.
saying? But like Marcus Garvey said, we will see him in the whirlwind,
Sure.
wrapped in the red, black, and green. He's coming back. Do you understand? I can understand that on a level where he want to inspire his people
Sure.
to keep his own idea and the concept of his work alive in us. Beautiful. But to see Marcus Garvey walking in the restaurant right now, come on, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
that might be a little tough to deal with.
yeah, that's and
We
most
do
people,
make a Marcus Garvey burger, though.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Not that that has anything to do with it.
But let's be real. Let's
Side
be
note,
very
side
real and very
note.
honest. I want to talk to the Christians out there. If you really truly saw Jesus come back in the flesh, would you be able to handle it?
Right. Right.
If Prophet Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, came back next Monday at 3:30 and just showed up, you understand what I'm saying? With some of the other prophets.
Right.
Could Muslims handle that? I mean, could you fathom the thought?
Right.
And then what kind of conversation would you have?
And would you even be prepared? Like, oh, shorty, my fault. I'm in the middle
Right.
of a bad transaction.
Right.
I'm dirty right now.
Right.
Give me a date.
Right. So the whole concept of that, we need to rethink that and go back through this lens of what they're preaching and teaching and forcing down young people's throat in religion. And I see young people now, not to be long-winded, they dancing in the church.
Yeah.
See, they got to change the vibration in the church to keep the young people in, because young people are not interested in being there anymore. Right. And I'm just saying, it's cool to dance and doing all that y'all do, catching the Holy Ghost, but you have to change aspects of the particular doctrine that's forcing young people out that want to commit suicide.
Yeah, yeah. We got a caller. Carl, are we hearing you better now?
Yeah, seems like the echo's gone away now.
Okay. We're just not hearing you better, but go ahead. You keep talking. I'm going to try to work on that.
We'll work it out.
How's that? Is that better? I'm speaking like dead into the microphone here.
No.
Not good.
No, there's something going on that's preventing us from being able to hear. Well, let me try one more thing. Keep talking. Why don't you say something?
All right, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Okay, what's your name, brother?
Okay, this is Kiyoshi, man.
Okay, hey, Kiyoshi.
Hey, man. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you in a while. Anyway, this is a subject that's really near and close to me. I've had numerous people, family relations, and a few friends that have committed suicide. Like you had pointed out earlier, and I think also Professor Griff has touched on, it's amazing that more of this isn't happening in the black community, considering the pressures that we are under, which kind of points to how we have to support each other, not only on a spiritual level, but a psychological level. And I'm not talking about the mainstream allopathic approach either, because all they're going to do is drug us up. But insofar as to say, look, you are my brother, you are my sister, I love you. I'm in dangerous communities every single day. People say, why are you over there? What are you doing down there? Why are you working down there? I'm like, why should I be afraid of my own people? And I don't exactly look like everybody in that community either, but they feel me and they hear me because I extend love to them and they understand that.
Right.
But the biggest thing is we have all this stuff coming at us. This is what you expressed before. And it's a deeply entrenched system that tells us that we are not part of it.
Right.
But
I
it
think,
or not,
go ahead.
yeah, like it or not, we are within it.
Right. And that's something that we have to address. We have to look at the world that is around us and not act like it isn't there. It is there. We're really dealing with this world that is around us. And if we play like it's not, and we play like this isn't warfare, and we play like, things are not as bad as they are, then we will find ourselves, in a noose, and it won't be good. So even with what you said about going into certain neighborhoods, I apologize, brother. There's some neighborhoods I just can't go into anymore. I have to be very, very careful, because not that I don't think that there's a wall of protection around me, but part of that wall of protection around me is that, okay, now that may not be the best place for you to go right now. Because you don't have the same level of street savviness that you might have had before, and you don't know what the new game is of the day. And you don't want to become a victim, because there are a whole lot of people that are depending on you to be alive, breathing, teaching, preparing food, and providing a place for them to, eat, for, if nothing else. So I have to be careful, and I would encourage you to do the same as we all. There's certain circumstances where you're in the middle of some folk and you look up and you say, I think I need to leave. I don't think this is going to turn out good. So I might need to leave. Maybe I'll stay close in case there's something I can do to help. But this doesn't look like it's going to turn out well. It's not, and I don't look at that as cowardice as much so as I look at that as I need to survive. Right. And part of that is it's just like me choosing to eat the diet that I'm eating. I'm not running from the diet that everybody else is eating. I'm running to a diet that I know is going to preserve my quality of life. Mm-hmm. I'm not running from the doctrines that I believe has caused our people to be locked into a space of ineptitude and literally in a total and complete a space of I'm going to wait on somebody else to come fix all of this, as opposed to me doing anything. I didn't run away from that. I just ran to, let me engage this thing so that we can make things better for ourselves. Because I'm tired of waiting, because waiting didn't do anything for so many years, for so many of us. So we greatly appreciate your conversation and your input, brother. And I think that's real. We do have to be mindful of the attack, because we're being attacked. You know, on no day do I live on this planet that I'm not being attacked. You know, and we have to be strong, and we have to bind together. We have to build each other up, and that's why we bring on significant players in this epic struggle, like Professor Griff, to give us the insight, the keen insight. He's sitting up on the watchtower, and he's able to, you know, give us wisdom and give us counsel, but also give us, you know, foresight, because he's seen it already, if you will. Yeah, I said it, seen it. and he, you know, that's what we brought him in here for. You know, Chris is also, you know, one who is not only a student, but also she's very in tuned and attuned to what's going on in the world around us, and always bringing me up on the latest hot topics. I would have never known,
right?
Because I don't do as much engaging of the local media, be it television, radio, or social. I don't do much of it because I find myself, you know, doing everything that I'm doing that's got everybody saying, "Man, brother, you look tired." But Griff, what's up? You know, what? Oh, and I want to say something else, Griff, and this isn't to create an issue, but I just want to say, you know, is going home, does that make it like a place that we look forward to when we say out of our mouths that, you know, man, you know, when I'm done, I'm going home. I don't know where I'm going.
True.
I really don't know where I'm going. I don't know what happens after the lights turn out, you know. So I'm trying to make the best of it, like I know you are, which is why you were saying you ain't trying to leave. That I'm trying to make the best of it for as long as I can, right here, right now. Right. And that would be my advice to everybody.
Right. But I think we use that term in the English language, because if we went back through some of the African traditions, people would have to make a lifestyle change in order to understand that particular concept. So we just say we're going home. When we say home, having that concept be among our people here, A could mean back to that particular landmass. B could mean back in the ancestral realm, back to our people. It could mean different things on different levels. But as we say in certain revolutionary circles, all those that know.
Yeah.
But us three especially, have to speak outside of that and try to reach those that we feel we don't necessarily know. Right. We feel they don't know. So let me break it down like this. If I say I'm going home, I want to be able to be among my people even after they lower me in the ground. So we say in revolutionary circles, you never speak of those that are great as dead. Jesus, the Christians never say the late Jesus, or the Muslims never say the late Muhammad. When you talk about your grandmother, you just talk about your grandmother. Right. You don't say the late Mrs. So-and-so and so-and-so, because we talk about grandma like she's still here, because she is. Right. In a different realm, but her spirit is still here.
That's right.
This is why we have altars. Not the whole idea of just falling out and worshiping ancestors and worshiping people that have passed on into the ancestral realm, but we remember them. You understand what I'm saying? Give praise and thanks to the Creator for them in their work, in their spirit. And we have to understand this particular concept. You see, but these concepts were taught to young people, not where we expect young people to come to us to get them, where we need to go to teach young people. Right. The street, the barbershop, some of them places Baruch said he kind of feels not safe, but we got to go get them.
Right, exactly.
This weekend in Baltimore, I taught at a barbershop.
Wow.
Well, nobody was getting their hair done, but I'm just saying, if that's where I need to go to get the people, then that's where I have to go.
That's what's up. I appreciate that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm saying these concept of life, and this and the subject you brought up, this concept of death, especially suicide.
Yeah.
When is it ever talked about?
Right.
The secrets,
just
in your family alone,
Yeah.
that people keep.
Right.
In my family alone, that people kept for a long time.
Exactly.
I ain't know my uncle so and so and so and so and so and so was gay.
Right.
Until I was well in my 30s and 40s.
Right. And that's almost scary, because I think it's the things that we don't talk about that harm us the most.
Exactly.
You know, we're not talking about depression. We're not talking about suicide, because it makes us uncomfortable.
Well, I know, but that cancer, prostate cancer among men in the family.
Exactly. Health. The things that we need to be talking about are the things that we don't want to spend time. We want to talk about reality TV and this, that, and the other things that don't matter.
So those are distractions.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you start getting into the whole idea of extended social media, as far as all of these shows that they're coming up with, in order for you to vicariously live through the television.
Exactly.
All right, is another reason why
Right.
you might entertain the thought of committing suicide. And
Right.
then late night, like after 1 or 2, if you happen to be up watching TV
Right.
and you see some of these infomercials about these daggone pills you could take.
Yeah. They're already setting us up. They're changing our mindset.
Exactly.
You know, we're feeding our body, you know, with these images, with these things that they, like you said, these distractions, they take away from our focus. And we try to, like you said, live vicariously through these TV programs that takes up space that we could use to really connect to our purpose. Like you said, these people were so young. Maybe they weren't connected. Maybe they felt like, you know, they're watching TV or reading these magazines and it just seemed so, you know, unattainable because they're 18 and 20.
Okay, but no one saw this coming? I mean, you mean
Right.
to tell me you got out of high school, had guidance counselors, uncles, teachers, coaches, mom, dad, friends, homeboys,
We're too
whoever,
distracted. We're
to
too
get
distracted.
into college.
Yep.
And then you mean to tell me there's no structure there for someone for you to turn to?
Right.
That's difficult and hard for me to believe. I would want to read that story to see what was the cause of it.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Right.
then, I don't mean to sound gory, but how did they kill themselves? What do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
I think it was Cat Williams said, you know, you take too many aspirins, you checking out of here.
Right.
And they made weed illegal, and then they legalized it, although they changed the chemical structure of it. Now they growing it and selling it and making all the money.
Right.
Right.
But my uncle, Man done got out of college. He been selling weed all his life and can't get a job.
Can't get a job, brother, because he got a weed. He got weed beef.
Right.
And the Jewish guy on the corner, he's selling weed. And it's interesting. Interesting world we live in. But you know, Griff, we wanted to talk about that, and I want to show the image of the youth again. But I didn't want to stay on that subject matter too much longer because I want to talk about you and what you're doing.
Yes.
So it's, you know, we have on the Elife Media, Elife Power Lunch show today, Brother Professor Griff. Some of you all recognize him. He looks like me without a beard and without as much, you know, hair. You see, like, hair on the back. I look like his older Ethiopian brother. But, you know, we bring you on to talk about things that, you know, are currents that you are stirring and that you see relevant to the discussion that is impacting the world of people of color. And so we want to give you that opportunity to begin talking to us not only about what you see that's going on, but also you've produced a new manuscript. And we want you to talk about that too.
It's a whole manuscript.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
It's 300 pages worth of manuscript, and I want to thank all the people that helped me bring this to reality. Those last 3 or 4 months, I sat in a locked room having meals brought to me, and I have Soleil to thank for that. And I managed to, she managed to help me kind of bring this to this point right here. There's a few other people, and a few unknown people, the people that don't even know that they probably helped this happen by sending me images and talking to me and that kind of thing that made Symbology, the psychological covert war on hip hop, book 2, actually real in my life, part of my life. Of course, but it's a takeoff on book 1,
Right.
which a lot of people are going back to buy book 1. They said, wait a minute, book 2? They said book 2. I didn't get book 1. All right, so Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop, book 1, the Illuminati's Takeover of Hip Hop. And of course, which is 257 pages. Yep, 257. This is 300 pages of images that I kind of decode. But Baruch, I wanted to talk about a reference book of subliminal seductive manipulation of consciousness and cultural retrograde.
Okay.
I get caught up on that cultural.
You got to say that again, brother. 'Cause that was a lot.
I know it's a mouthful. A reference book of subliminal seductive manipulation. How they're seducing you and manipulating your consciousness. Although you're conscious.
Yeah.
But they found a way to bypass your consciousness, i.e., what's the new format that Zuckerberg rolled out last week? Oh, remember talk to text?
Yeah.
You can talk while you're driving and it'll text. He has brain to text. I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Man, no, I just had to. When you said that, as the words were coming out of your mouth, I was immediately reflecting on where's my passport and where am I gonna go?
Right.
Because I need to start looking at that more seriously.
Right.
'Cause,
Zuckerberg is worldwide.
if they've gotten that good, that they can read my thoughts.
Yeah.
Then I need to get as far away from them as I can with a metal lead-based helmet on.
No, but it's deeper than that.
Come on.
They implant.
They gave you the thought.
Exactly. That's where I'm going with it. They will put something in you that you will readily receive, and they will use that as the mechanism now for you to generate a thought that they put in your head in the first place. You think it, that device connects with your phone, it comes up on your phone as a text, and you utter the words send. For example, 2 examples. Siri. You can talk to Siri and Siri will do what you tell it to do, so to speak.
Right.
You can say, Siri, find so-and-so's phone number. Mm-hmm. And Siri will come on, Professor Griff, I found so-and-so. Would you like to call this person? Yes, call them. That's how it works. But that thing in you connects with your Bluetooth in your phone. So now, I'm thinking the thought. Don't grab your pen just
Where's my
yet.
passport?
You don't. Where you gonna go?
I don't know,
Francis
brother.
Welsing said racism, white supremacy is a local and global power system and dynamic.
Right.
You can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So wherever you're gonna go, you're gonna step off the plane and you're gonna bump right into it.
Well, I agree with you. I agree that getting away from it is not necessarily my motivation. I'd like to say I'm running to this paradise, and I've been, and I'm sure you've been, on the continent or been places where it's like, whoa, I didn't even know places like this exist.
Yeah, I've been places.
If I'm going to be up under this kind of scourge, if this demon is going to have me up under this kind of scientific, microscopic, whatever analysis and control. Let me go someplace so at least I can ride this out and have a smile.
But guess
Right.
what? What if you stepped off the plane and bumped into you?
Woo!
You understand what I'm saying? I said, I think I said it in my first book. I was in search of God and found myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says there's no place we're going to run. If we're going to fight it, the fight not only starts here and maybe in the physical realm, but it starts here and here. Soleil have said recently that disease starts in how you think. You understand what I'm saying? Then how you think you feel. And then by the time you get around to what those physical things are that's surfacing in the body where you can see it, touch it and see it, and the rash and whatever that's coming up on the skin, it starts here in your thinking.
Yeah.
And that's where, and most of us, them young people that checked out, their thinking had to be altered in some kind of way where they didn't think, had a healthy thinking about themselves.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If you look at the picture of them, they were fashionably dressed. They was keeping up with the trends.
Right.
They were beautiful people. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But maybe, just maybe, and this is just me, with this Zuckerberg unleashing this thing, maybe they didn't get enough likes on the picture.
Right.
Which will cause you into a spin, a mental spin as far as depression is concerned, and you didn't get enough likes on a picture or a post or a meme that you put up, and now you're depressed for the rest of the damn day.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Some people get kicked off of Facebook and go into a depression.
Yeah.
Some people have a problem with their phone, and they have a bad day.
Right. Exactly.
So you mean to tell me if the weather can manipulate how you feel, your phone, you understand what I'm saying? A song can manipulate, much less food and everything else. How about a combination of all of those just this morning?
Wow.
If somebody cuts you off in traffic, you shooting at them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you go to work and you get the pink slip, or you about to slit your wrist.
Right.
Right.
Something, that mechanism in us have to balance that out.
The other day, I lost 4 years of pictures in my cell phone. And I what happened at that moment is, I said, that is erased. It's gone. It's gone. I could tell everybody, yeah, I went there and I got a picture with so-and-so and da-da-da. But nowadays, well, let me see. Show me. Let me see what you got. Send me pictures. I'm like, wow. But the good thing about it is something that I don't do, that I must have had a Zuckerberg or whatever moment, I had turned on the cloud save, and it was there, and I'm not showing myself. So I had turned on the cloud save, and I didn't lose any of the pictures. Now the strangest thing about it is I got this new phone, and I can't access the pictures on the new phone, even though they're saying they're pointing to the same place. I can't access these pictures, so it's really interesting.
I don't mean to interrupt, but they can.
Yeah.
But
Who is they, brother? You done reference they like about 20 times
Yes.
now. Who is they?
I wrote about they in this book, Symbology, the psychological covert war, on the same ones.
And where can we get the book, Griff?
Or they can call me directly, 678-557-2919. Or they can call Nati.
One more time.
678-557-2919. Or call Nati at everyone's place in Baltimore, or Madu Bookstore in Atlanta. I don't deal with too many people.
Yeah.
All right, so I kind of handpick the people that I want to deal with, because I want to be able to walk in the store and see the advertisement and see the book.
Yeah.
Don't take 10 books from me and you put them behind the counter.
Right.
And then tell me they didn't sell.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got every other fictional book.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Out there where everybody can see.
Right.
You got a room full of that.
Yeah.
The books that are most important, you got them behind the counter.
Right.
I stopped dealing with those kind of people.
Yeah.
If you want to market and promote and benefit us dying and staying dumb, then you do things like that. But if you want to promote living, healthy living, thinking, raising the vibrational pitch of our thinking into the thinking in the mind of the Creator, then come on, put the book where people can see it. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm available. People can get it online at my website, www.professorgriff.me. That's professorgriff.me. It's not an egotistical, self-centered thing. Some dude on the other side of the fence took professorgriff.com and had the nerve to want to sell it back to me for $2,400. You out your mind. You're going to be waiting on that one.
Right.
There's that much .com in the world.
Right.
But anyway, I'll deal with the .me for right now. It's flyer anyway. You don't know nothing about that vibration, but I'll talk to you later on. Anyway, people can just call me directly. I'm a hand-to-hand kind of person. Black people operate that way anyway. They want to touch it, feel it, look it over.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then try to Jew you down.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's just real. Miss Mary, you mind if the people on my Facebook know what you look like since you're talking over there?
Sure.
Okay, this is Miss Mary,
guys.
y'all. And we're here at the elifemedia.net. And this is my good brother, Dr. Baruch.
Peace.
All right, you can go next door and have the Marcus Garvey burger, you said?
Marcus Garvey is in the building. He is in the building.
What you got over there, man?
King of the flesh. We got a whole lot of great healthy food over there. We're here at Everlasting Life, 9185 Central Avenue in Capitol Heights, Maryland. And we have anything and everything vegan. And we're always expanding our menu. We're always looking to make it not only broader and bigger, but also healthier. And that's the motivation that we have here behind Everlasting Life. 21 years in the business.
Wow.
21 years of providing a viable food source in a community that is disserved and underserved. And anybody who knows anything about Capitol Heights, Maryland, you know, it's like a food desert plus some.
Yeah.
You know, and we're doing the do, and we've been doing the do, and we ain't going to stop doing the do. And we appreciate all the customers who've allowed us this opportunity to serve.
Can I ask a couple of questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me turn
We can flip the script. Yeah, we can flip the
turn the
script.
camera back around because I want to ask some questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You probably haven't read the book, but let me just ask some questions, not coming from the book, just kind of
In general.
when it comes to what you do and what you do as far as communication is concerned, and then you graphic artists and
Yes.
Okay, with what y'all do, first to you, then I'm gonna flip it to Baruch. When you're putting together someone's logo or their page or advertisement, do colors matter?
Yeah, they do.
Why do colors matter?
Because each color represents something. They evoke a different emotion.
So
for
colors
instance,
evoke emotion.
yes.
So if you're putting together an advertisement, and I'm gonna tie this into Baruch, for food,
Right.
and he asked you to do a flyer,
Right.
what colors would you use?
Most people use the reds. And
No.
What
Watch how you
colors do I
answer this
use?
now.
Okay.
What colors would you use? Don't throw it off on anybody else.
Okay.
You.
Sure. What I do personally, I ask the client if they have a color preference. So I kind of leave it up to them. And so that's how I would do it. So for him,
So,
I would
right.
use the greens. And
Why the greens?
because that's life and health.
Green
and
is
that's
life
that's his
because it's a
brand.
food product. It's a
Right.
restaurant.
Right.
Green is life, like Elife, like the green room we're in now.
Right.
Why? Because it stimulates what? It taps into that heart chakra. You understand? Which is green.
Right.
Yep.
And he want people to live.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? See,
Right.
now you heard it directly from a graphic artist. But now, how about those diabolical ones that want you to trust them, and their whole history has been a history of bloodshed,
Right.
and you can't trust them.
Right.
This is why Facebook is blue, because blue is a color of deception. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now let me tie that back into Baruch. So you're running a restaurant, and if you wanted to do an advertisement, you would lean towards the greens and those kind of colors. What image would you put out if you want to draw people to your restaurant for healthy eating? Would you put the double, triple layered burger with cheese and all kind of dripping cow meat hanging off of it, looking like they just slaughtered a cow, is dripping between two buns, and the red ketchup like it's blood dripping off of the burger? Would you have that, or how would that work?
Absolutely not. You know, we would bring forth food and life and vibrancy from what it is that we're promoting, you know, either by accentuating the image with the sprouts, accentuating it with all of the life that comes from the earth, because that's where all of our food comes from. It comes from the earth if you get it from everlasting life. And also, of course, we would promote the benefit. We show the same happy face, right? We want to show that there's a real, genuine happy face. But these would not be actors and actresses. These would be real life people who like really happy that, wow, I got this really healthy food. And I just posted it on my page yesterday. 2 older women, probably in their 70s, named Pat and Pat, came to the restaurant, and they were literally like tasting everything, and they were so excited. It tastes like down home, man. It tastes like my mama used to make, and it was so heartwarming to hear. But that's the energy that we put forth. We're putting forth the energy of life. You know, because we want people to live. We're on a mission. This isn't a restaurant where people just come and grab another bite to eat. You're not choosing between Crackdonald's, Murder King, Taco Hell, Wind Disease, Chokers, Bow Strangles, the International House of Pulmonary Heart Disease, and Everlasting Life. You know, it's not like, okay, which one am I going to go? Eeny, meeny, miny. No. When you choose Everlasting Life, it's normally, well, am I going to get it from home, or am I going to go to Everlasting Life?
Right.
You know, and that's kind of the play. And that's what we want to do. We want our customers to live. Right. I like knowing that my customers are still alive, because they can still be customers.
Exactly.
I've yet to find a dead customer that's still doing business with me.
Okay, so now let me ask you this. Then why is the McDevils and the Murder King, why are all their colors always red, yellow, and orange? Stimulating what now? You tell me. You're the graphic artist.
Right.
What is red, orange, and yellow? What does that stimulate? I say in my book, it stimulates the lower energy centers. Your appetites and your desires rest here. You think that's what they're trying to stimulate?
Absolutely, because that's what it's about. They want you to buy into what they're selling, you know, which is what we know not good for us.
Right.
So, absolutely.
So then we may not find everlasting life. Even if we do use those particular colors, we're using them in conjunction with raising that vibration. Because even though your appetites and your desires start down here, we want you to raise that vibratory pitch. And I think Soleil, I've often heard
we need to bring Soleil in here, obviously. You referenced her at least 15
because she's
times.
She's
She's
texting
texting
me.
you while
Yeah.
she is in here.
She said, but she tells her children make conscious food choices.
Oh, that's what's up.
But you'd have to teach the children about what food does what.
Right.
Yeah.
So we talk about food combination.
And you have to establish a level of consciousness first for them to be able to relate to what do you mean when you say conscious.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not like you eating a carrot and the carrot is conscious.
Right.
You got to know the properties of what that carrot is about and the nutrients coming from that carrot. But you might not want to mix the carrot with X, Y, and Z because it might do something in the body.
Yeah.
I've often read, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're not supposed to mix fruit and vegetables because they do 2 different things in the stomach.
2 different digestive processes. Yes, sir.
Okay, but I've put in the book several pictures about food.
Yeah.
And they're mixing all kind of stuff together, especially these new juice bars that are coming up.
Yeah.
You will see a drink with a fly name like the salt and pepper. That's the actual drink in Where were we at? Norfolk? No, we were in Raleigh, North Carolina. There was a drink called the Salt and Pepper, and they'll have all kind of stuff. They'll even throw in a pickle. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know why, but they will have a nice name, get your attention because it's hip hop, draw you in, and by the time you finish it, you look in it, it's not milk, it's soy milk, nuts, bananas mixed with vegetables, mixed with some other stuff. And I'm saying, can they combine all of that stuff?
Right. And then you got gas for the next 4 or 5 hours on the
Exactly.
road. Yeah.
And then you clearing, you blowing it out of both ends.
Yep.
Clearing the car out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's critical. So so they said she's eating. Chill. All right. Anyway, but my book, Symbology, which is book 2 to the psychological covert war on hip hop, is available. We do that, but the beautiful thing about this, it's difficult to. This is why this is important. The brunch.
Yeah.
This is why the marketplace. This is why this is important, simply because you have to see these images.
Chris, tell us about that. What's going on this, what is it, May 5th, right?
May 6th and 7th.
6th and
May
7th.
6th and 7th.
Yes, coming
Right.
up, we have the Solstice Bazaar. Actually, the brunch is on this Sunday, but on Saturday we have the Solstice Bazaar, which you guys know is every first Saturday in May. But Professor Griff is going to be their special guest speaker for that day. You can come and check it out and get a copy of the book. You can shop and you can do all of that right here at Everlasting. And then on Sunday we have the brunch with Griff, and that's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You guys can answer your questions, get your personal questions answered, get your book signed, and the ticket price. You guys can go online to maysolsticebazaar.eventbrite.com, grab your tickets, and everything is included. So you definitely want to be here
wow,
for that.
that's beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you got me on the cover, bro, with the pancakes, man. So they said compassionate food choices. Not conscious, but compassionate. I
There
guess
we go.
Don't slaughter any animals and then turn around and you're going to eat it thinking that you. But even in some African civilizations where we did have to kill the animal, there's a ritual that we went through.
Sure.
Giving thanks.
Right.
You know, unlike these meat packing plants and slaughterhouses, and
Right.
you don't know what you're getting out of there. But compassionate food choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't eaten meat. I'm 56. I think the last time I ate a piece of meat probably when I was a teenager or right into my 20s. But after that,
Yeah.
I just kind of gave it up.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think that speaks to your two things, compassion and consciousness, because as we become more conscious about the world around us, we recognize that our engaging of these things and with these things that we know do not contribute to life and do not contribute to benefit, not only to one another as humans, but to the planet. Right. You know, at some point we recognize consciously that this just isn't a good cycle to be in.
Right.
Right.
We get out of this cycle and go into another cycle. And I'll never forget sitting at a table, at the head table of some major corporate company's, year-end sales meeting, right? And I'm sitting next to a guy who's making I don't know how many $1 billion a year. And he spends his whole conversation wondering, why is it that I made the choice to eat a salad and he's over there eating a steak? And he literally, he keeps telling the waitress, can you get me something else? Because I'm not going to let I'm not going to let this guy, you people, eat a salad. And I'm over here greasing down a steak.
Right.
Something's wrong with that. He spent the whole night. So many people were so disappointed. They were like, man, you didn't even get a chance to talk to us about what we're doing with the business and what we're going to do going forward and what responsibilities you spent the whole time talking to the black guy about his food. And it says something about your level of consciousness when you make that move, and other people around you. There was a time when it was like the weirdo thing. Oh, you crazy? You like, you eat rabbit food and you eating grass. And now it's like, oh, okay, so you vibrating at another frequency.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, the food that you eat, it causes you to vibrate on a certain level, a certain frequency. Back in the day, when I wasn't so maturely conscious like I am now, we used to smell meat eaters.
Right.
We know when they walk in the room. We used to read their aura. You understand what I'm saying? And the whole idea of the skin being the largest organ, all right? And that's a concept that a lot of people just don't know. If you put it in, it has to come out somewhere.
Yep.
All right? And it's coming out. You can see it in the eyes. and you can see it in people's skin. You understand what I'm saying?
Smell it.
And you can smell it, of course. If you are used to having stomach aches after you eat, and you're accustomed to falling asleep after you eat, it's a problem.
Yep.
It's a problem. If food is supposed to be life-giving, then why are we kicking our shoes off and we're smelling the odor from the feet to the underarms to every place else, the breath? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we have to start making some compassionate, conscious food choices.
Yes, indeed.
For real. But the mental and the spiritual food also.
Yeah, and absolutely, because it's all consumption. It's what we consume.
Right.
Because if I consume a book that leads me down the road of being aggressive and evil and trying to kill, then yeah, it's gonna give me that return. That's what I'm gonna get out of that, and that's what I'm gonna go out and do. Right. So you're absolutely right. The consciousness is what we consume, whether it's the consciousness at the nutritional level or consciousness at the spiritual, psychological level. We got to start consuming a better diet so we can get a better result.
I'm laughing because his brother invited me to his studio. I went to the studio, asked him, could I use the bathroom? I went to the bathroom. He had a magazine rack in the bathroom. There was wrestling magazines and Playboy. And I'm like, first of all, who sits on the toilet that long to read a magazine? Wow. And then the choices of magazines that was there, I was like, wow, man. Yeah. I just said to myself, wow.
Yeah, it says
anyway.
Something. It says something.
Yeah.
So we're going to be getting a full dose of Professor Griff.
Yes.
You all got to come down to the Solstice Bazaar, Shopping Bazaar, and also, of course, Brunch with Griff, where you get an opportunity to have that intimate time, get a signed copy of his book, get questions answered, have conversation, vibrate at a higher frequency.
Right.
And it's going to be like that. I appreciate you, carving time out of your schedule.
No problem.
And making that happen.
So let me tell the people on Facebook Live, I'll be here at Everlasting Life in Capitol Heights. All right. May 6th and 7th.
Yep.
May 6th and 7th. Let me show y'all the flyer real quick. All right. So y'all can pass the word on. All right. May 6th and 7th. All right. So get the word out. Be doing a brunch. You got to get your tickets online if you want to do the brunch. Don't come in here talking about, yeah, I'm with Griff. Yeah. You're thinking your meal going to be free. Right. No. But, brother, who designed the flyer that they put the pancakes in front of me? How do they know I like pancakes?
I don't know. Chris is such a thorough designer. She read your spirit and your aura, and she knew what you were pointing at when you put your finger
right?
out.
I was like, man, get me some of those. For real. You see how they did me, y'all? They got the pancakes. Quietness is kept, man. I've been asking for some pancakes for real, man. I've been like, so they said, bruh, you love some vegan pancakes. I do. That's why I've been asking for some.
Right.
But I can't find any. So I'm going to have
your
some
search
6
is
and
over.
7. He said your search is over. I'm going to find me some vegan pancakes. But anyway, I appreciate being here, man.
Yeah,
and,
brother.
Anytime I'm in town, I love to come by. Even if it's just to discuss a current event that we could discuss, to add a different kind of perspective to it.
Sure.
Not to say that it's deeper.
Right.
Not necessarily to get an understanding. Sometimes we need to get an understanding or an overstanding of something.
Right.
And if I could lend to that, that's beautiful. So thanks for the invitation. And I'm gonna look at that E as like it's an invite instead of the IN. It's an invite for elifemedia.net. So thanks for the invitation. I really appreciate that, man.
That's what's up.
All right.
Yes.
And we appreciate you, Griff. And we know that there's a lot of work that you have yet to do. But we want to make sure that folk know that you're going to be able to get your copies of your book on the 6th and 7th here in May. But also you can get your copies of Symbology here at Everlasting Life now. You can get it now, prominently displayed inside the bookshelf. We got it locked. We don't have it behind the shelf, behind the counter, but we got it locked. You know where I'm at.
No, it's walked off my table a couple of times.
Yeah. So
they'll pick it up and be like, oh, man. Oh, and then they'll call me Brother Griff. I got your book. I forgot to pay for it.
Right.
I'm like, thanks for being honest, bro.
There you go.
And then he looked out his window and the black van is out there.
Yeah.
For $25.50.
That's
right. Took my book off my table. Now the black van, let me stop.
Right.
But yeah, so it's a beautiful thing. And I'll be here. I'd like to have that one-on-one kind of up close in person kind of vibe going with the people so we could discuss the book and discuss some of these images. Now listen, let people know that as the Solstice Bazaar is going on, I'm still going to be here doing my thing if they want to talk.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So just to let y'all know, I'll be here the entire weekend.
We got him the whole weekend.
I'm glad
Got
Baruch
him a
called me
little-
to do this, man, because this traveling,
Yeah.
it is killing me.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. What's up? That's what's up.
All right, man.
Again, it's Professor Griff here on the Elife Power Lunch. We want to thank him and thank all of you in the viewing and listening audience for chiming in. We know that he's a great draw. Come on out on the 6th and 7th to check him out personally, to be here so that you can be in the place and be a part of this epic event. It's not just Griff coming for brunch. It's Griff's brunch. We got Griff's brunch.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's a whole nother energy we're going.
And some of those people are making transition as far as their food choices are concerned.
Yeah,
Come experience it.
That's it. Maybe not only the physical food, but maybe the spiritual food you need
Exactly.
to transition to. Because like Soleil says, it starts up here, right?
Exactly.
That's what's
right.
up.
That's
All
right.
that dis-ease starts here.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. And we have
All
to
right,
have
look-
you come back too, because I want to jump more into this hip hop. Like, is there any safe place in hip hop? That's my question.
Oh,
I know
that's a beautiful
that's
question.
a whole
We're gonna
nother
tackle
show.
that the next time I
Yeah, that's a
come.
whole nother show.
Is
but-
there any safe place in hip hop? Remember that title.
Yep.
All right. All right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Brother Griff.
All right. Professor Griff, I'm out.
There you go. Chris,
right.
it's been a great show. As always,
Most
whenever we
definitely.
bring on, Professor Griff, it's like that. But anything else we need to talk about before we get off of the air?
That's it. Just make sure you guys go out and register. That's maysolsticebazaar.eventbrite.com.
Yep. That's what's up. All right, family. We appreciate you all being a part of the Elife Power Lunch for today. You all stay tuned for more great programming right here. Peace.
Take care.